We live in a world filled with technology. Our phones buzz with notifications. Our computers beckon us with emails and messages. It's a constant stream of information. Have you ever stopped to think about its impact? What happens when we disconnect, even for just 24 hours? This essay explores a simple challenge. A full day without technology. No phones, no computers, no television. Just you and the world around you. It's a chance to step back and reconnect with yourself and your surroundings. Are you ready to see what you might discover? The rules of the challenge are simple, but not necessarily easy. For 24 hours, all screens are off limits. This includes phones, computers, tablets, and televisions. The goal is to create space for reflection and observation without the usual distractions. Before starting, I prepared myself. I let friends and family know I'd be offline. I gathered books, notebooks, and art supplies, things I could engage with offline. Finally, I turned off my devices and placed them out of sight. A wave of uneasiness washed over me. What would I do with myself without my digital companions? The silence was the first thing I noticed. Without the constant hum of electronics, my apartment felt strangely still. Time seemed to move differently, stretching out before me. I felt a mix of emotions, anxiety about missing out, boredom without my usual distractions, but also a surprising sense of calm. I picked up a book, but my mind kept wandering. I was so used to the instant gratification of technology. Waiting for a page to turn felt oddly slow. I realized how accustomed I'd become to constant stimulation. This was going to be harder than I thought. As the day went on, I began to find a rhythm. I went for a long walk in the park, noticing the details of nature I usually missed. I cooked a meal from scratch, enjoying the process and the flavors. I spent time writing in my journal, my thoughts flowing more freely without distractions. The simple act of doing things with my hands, without the need for screens, was surprisingly satisfying. I felt more present in each moment, more connected to the physical world around me. Section 5. A wave of restlessness, the urge to connect. In the late afternoon, a wave of restlessness hit me. It was as if the world outside was calling me, urging me to connect, to be a part of something bigger than myself. The feeling was almost tangible, like an invisible thread pulling me towards my phone. I felt the urge to check my phone, to see what I was missing, the notifications, the messages, the updates. They all seemed so important in that moment. My hand instinctively reached for my pocket, only to find it empty. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, was real. It gnawed at me, making me feel disconnected and anxious. I looked around, seeing others engrossed in their screens, and wondered what they were experiencing that I wasn't. I had to remind myself why I was doing this. It wasn't about cutting myself off from the world, but about finding a balance. I took a deep breath, trying to center myself and remember the bigger picture. It wasn't about deprivation. It was about reclaiming my time and attention. I wanted to be present in the moment, to experience life without the constant distraction of a screen. I closed my eyes and focused on the sounds around me, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, the distant hum of traffic. I decided to channel my energy into something productive. Instead of succumbing to the urge to check my phone, I picked up a broom and started cleaning. It was a simple task, but it gave me a sense of purpose. I started cleaning my apartment, a task I'd been putting off. As I swept the floors and wiped down surfaces, I felt a sense of accomplishment. Each stroke of the broom, each swipe of the cloth was a step towards reclaiming my space and my mind. To my surprise, I found it strangely therapeutic. The repetitive motions, the focus on a physical task, helped quiet my mind. I felt a sense of calm wash over me, replacing the restlessness that had gripped me earlier. Focusing on a physical task helped quiet my mind and overcome the urge to reach for my phone. It was a reminder that sometimes the best way to connect is to disconnect, to step away from the digital world and immerse myself in the tangible, the real, the present. Section 6. Mental clarity, a new perspective emerges. As the day progressed, I noticed a shift in my thinking. Without the constant influx of information and opinions from the digital world, my mind felt clearer. I was able to think more deeply about things that mattered to me. I started reflecting on my goals, my values, and my relationships. I journaled about my experiences, my thoughts and feelings pouring onto the pages. I realized that disconnecting from technology had created space for introspection and self-discovery. Section 7. The unexpected gifts, time and presence. One of the most significant benefits of the tech-free day was the gift of time. Without the hours spent scrolling through social media or watching videos, I found myself with an abundance of free time. I used this time to reconnect with myself and the people around me. I had dinner with a friend and we had a genuine, uninterrupted conversation. I realized how often technology interfered with my ability to be fully present in my relationships. Section 8. Reconnecting with a purpose, lessons learned. As the day came to a close, I reflected on what I had learned. The journey had been more than just a physical adventure. It was a deep dive into my own psyche. Each moment spent in nature, away from the hustle and bustle of daily life, had given me a chance to reconnect with myself. The stillness of the lake, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the rhythmic crashing of ocean waves had all played a part in this introspection. The experience had been challenging at times, but ultimately rewarding. Climbing steep trails and navigating through dense forests tested my physical limits, but it also strengthened my resolve. Each step forward was a testament to my determination and willpower. The sense of accomplishment I felt upon reaching the summit or completing a hike was unparalleled. It was a reminder that the most rewarding experiences often come from the most challenging journeys. I had rediscovered the pleasure of simple things, like the scent of wildflowers in a field, or the joy of reading a book under the shade of a tree. These small moments, often overlooked in the rush of everyday life, became precious memories. They reminded me of the beauty that exists in simplicity and the importance of taking time to appreciate the little things. The importance of being present, truly present in each moment. Whether it was through meditation in a serene forest or practicing yoga on a tranquil beach, I learned to center myself and focus on the here and now. This mindfulness practice helped me to clear my mind, reduce stress, and find inner peace. It was a powerful reminder that the present moment is all we truly have, and the value of my own thoughts and feelings. Journaling in scenic locations allowed me to pour out my thoughts and reflect on my experiences. Sitting on a cliff edge with the vast expanse of nature before me, I found clarity and insight. Walking alone on a nature path, I had the space to process my emotions and understand myself better. These moments of solitude were invaluable for my personal growth. Disconnecting from technology, even for a short time, had given me a fresh perspective. Camping in the wilderness, away from the constant notifications and digital distractions, allowed me to fully immerse myself in the natural world. Enjoying a campfire under the stars, I felt a sense of peace and connection that technology could never provide. Hiking with just a backpack, I realized how little I truly needed to be content. It had reminded me that true connection happens offline, in the moments we share with ourselves and the people around us. Hugging a friend outdoors, having heartfelt conversations in a garden, and sharing laughs with family by a lake were all experiences that reinforced the value of human connection. These interactions were genuine and meaningful, far more so than any online interaction could ever be. In the moments we share with ourselves and the people around us. Playing with children in a park, walking hand in hand with a partner, and having a picnic with friends were all moments that brought joy and fulfillment. These experiences highlighted the importance of being present and fully engaged with the people we care about. It had also highlighted how much time and energy I was unconsciously giving to my devices. Looking at my watch in a forest, I realized how often I checked the time instead of enjoying the moment. Putting away my smartphone while hiking, I felt a sense of liberation and freedom. Setting up a tent in a remote area, I understood the value of disconnecting and being present in the moment. This experience taught me to be more mindful of my technology use and to prioritize real-life connections over digital ones. Section 9. Your turn. Take the 24-hour challenge. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with notifications, emails, and the never-ending stream of social media updates. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and disconnected from the present moment. That's why this challenge is so important. I encourage you to try this challenge for yourself. Imagine a day where you can fully immerse yourself in the beauty of the world around you, without the constant distraction of your phone or computer. It's a chance to reconnect with nature, with your loved ones, and most importantly, with yourself. Set aside 24 hours to disconnect from technology and reconnect with the world around you. Plan a day where you can go for a hike, have a picnic in the park, or simply take a leisurely walk without the urge to check your phone. Notice the sights, sounds, and smells that you might usually overlook. You might be surprised by what you discover. Perhaps you'll find a hidden trail, a beautiful flower, or a serene spot that you never knew existed. These small moments of discovery can bring immense joy and a sense of wonder. You might find that you're more resilient than you think, more creative and more in tune with your surroundings. Use this time to engage in activities that you love but often neglect. Paint a picture, write in your journal, or simply sit and reflect, and more capable of finding joy in the simple things. Play a game with friends, swing on a park swing, or enjoy a meal outdoors. These simple pleasures can bring a profound sense of happiness and fulfillment. The next time you feel overwhelmed by the digital world, take a deep breath and remember that you have the power to step away. Practice mindfulness, meditate, or do some yoga to center yourself and find peace. Remember the power of disconnecting. Lying on the grass, feeling the earth beneath you, and watching the clouds drift by can be incredibly calming. A peaceful walk in the park can clear your mind and rejuvenate your spirit. It's not about rejecting technology altogether, but about finding a balance. Use your devices when necessary, but don't let them control your life. Put your phone away and be present in the moment. But about using it more intentionally. Check your phone briefly if you need to, but then put it away and continue to enjoy your surroundings. Be mindful of how and when you use technology, and creating space for what truly matters. Spend time with your family, bond over a campfire, or enjoy a meal together without the distraction of screens. These moments are precious and should be cherished. Take the challenge and see what you gain from a day without the buzz. Reflect on your experience, write about it, and think about how you can incorporate more tech-free time into your daily life. You might find that a day without technology is just what you needed to feel more connected, more present, and more alive.